Welcome to this Mondaeon, years.
Michael!
Hey Seb, how are you, bro?
Hey girl! That music sounded like it said, Murad is your daddy, or something like that.
Yeah.
Murad is your daddy.
Muradi is your daddy.
Sorry, I got background noise, man. I'll be quiet in a moment. But how are you, mate? What's been going on?
Very good, very good. Still in Britannia, not came back home. Don't know if I will at some point come back home. But everything good, working, and yeah, coding a lot these days, finishing the terminal. Oh, I implemented so much stuff I don't even remember these days. Working on the SPX magazine, rebuilt the new calendar. Yeah, so much stuff going on. And how are you, Seb? What are you doing these days? I've seen the meeting you held with Erlanki and all the British aeon.
Yeah, we were just a few. It's just three of us, me, my sister, and Arlanki. But yeah, it was actually awful. If I'm honest, it was horrible. It was yeah, like, so Speaker's Corner is where people go to debate, and I thought, oh, they'll want to have like enjoyable conversations. These people are professional talkers. All they want to do is talk. But not in like a nice way. Like, you know, when somebody talks and like you're at the dinner table and they say, yeah, but you have to see it my way. And you're like, nah, I don't think I see it your way. And they're like, yeah, but you have to. It would be like having a conversation with like hundreds of people like that. So it was very like religiously charged. So there were some fundamentalists there. Even one of the guys, I think, was quite a well-known fundamentalist Christian. And there were like Muslims and Jews. And these people come here every week, apparently. And they were just like, the police had to come. 4 police cars came. And we were just standing there like, well, Ruben will just take, he just rolls with it, man. But for me, I was like, oh, this doesn't, it's like talking to drunk people. They're people, but I don't know if they're the people I want to talk to. So, yeah.
You said to them like your religion is a cute girl.
I actually said to one guy, and this is the only guy I had like a conversation with. He said, "What is it?" I said, "Oh, it's a new religion." He was like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, it's like all the best bits of all these religions here." He was like, "Oh, I don't know about that." I said, "I'm joking, brother." He said, "Oh, I don't know about your jokes." I said, "Well, it made me laugh." So, but yeah,
you are dinosaurs. We are the new stuff in town. Cute girls religion.
Cute girls, yeah. Can't win them all, Mikey. Can't win them all, man. But yeah. So? Did you say Normandy or Britannia?
Yeah. Found a girl there, so I cannot move for now.
She's glued you.
I'm blocked.
You've been glued, one cute girl to another.
Yes, exactly.
How's is the heat's coming back to the UK this week? Like, it's sorry.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
You are the Great Britain. We are only the Britain, not great, and it's the same for us here.
Sorry, mate. You have to be really great to get a great bit.
Yeah, it's coming tomorrow, I guess. Starting tomorrow, the new heat wave, like crazy temperature and everything.
It's funny because the weather between the north of France and London is so similar.
Yeah.
I think I've only been to the north of France once, and when I drove through, it's England, man. And you can say the same for the south of England. Like, it looks identical. You can see the island from on a clear day, can't you, across the channel? But it's such a trip to be in a different country and to be like, this feels exactly like home. There's no difference, man.
Yeah, in the beginning, where it was Pangea. I don't know how you say this in English. Pangea, when it was all the lens, one lens. I think it was the same lens. It was like detached after from France, probably.
We are the long lost brothers, Mike. The long lost brothers.
Yeah. And so, how did you release your YouTube video?
Yes. Hang on, 2 minutes. Oh, actually, no, it's gone. Yeah, I released it. I can't share it.
Oh, okay.
But
You don't share it. Okay. Yeah, for the algorithm and the growth. Okay.
yeah,
No problem.
but it's performing. Like it's kind of when I made it, I was like, well, this is gonna do so well. I found like a niche subject, something I actually really love, something that I can get better at in each video. And but obviously, my first video is gonna get 100,000. In fact, 200,000. I don't want to be stingy, and it's got like 120 views, which is at first is a bit disappointing because I know that it's better than most of the content around this subject I'm doing that you've seen. But at the same time, it's also really cool because I thought that's and people have watched more of this than they've ever watched of my SPX content, and I think that has really stuck out to me. Like the video is what, like 15 minutes, right? So in general, I've got about 9 hours of watch time on this video from like 120 people, which means some people have obviously clicked off, but the average watch time is 4 minutes, which is crazy for a 15-minute video. Is really good. So I thought to myself, so far the metrics are coming back, and I mean, I would say that it's the subject I'm talking about. People that like this subject, there's not that much very like specific information on it. I know I'm being a bit cryptic here with everyone. I know you know what it is, Mike, but it's but it made me think that it's also I do think I've hit some of the algorithm things, man, and I do think the video will do it very well in the future. I think it's underrated at the moment. I think it will just take me to post more videos, and then I'm gonna soft shill SPX things in it. But it's just made me think about SPX content because I think that there's so much there's so much work that goes into like scripting all the what do you call it? Like the title and the thumbnail. Like my thumbnail's a piece of crap, but I was like, holy crap, I've got a really good idea to make an aeon thumbnail that will be unique and stand out. And so like the hook and how am I starting in the transition and like what are the visuals, the camera angles. I've basically got 2 camera angles, and I've just been thinking, how can I expand that to like 10 camera angles, and just watching other content of the same kind. And I think that it's, I don't know, man, I feel like the more time I'm spending in YouTube, the more like YouTube is really fun, and I don't think it's that difficult. That's me saying with 110 views on a video, but they're my first like organic 110 views, and I think that I would like to make SPX content that is like opt-out content rather than talking about the financial bit. And so yeah, I'm basically just gathering a lot of data and just practice and experience, because I see people as well on YouTube, they just start, it's like they come up nowhere, they start a new channel and they blow up. But really what they've been doing, I can see, is that they've been practicing on other channels, and then they seem to come from nowhere, but they're just applying all the things they've learned. And yeah, that's it. It's just a lot of fun, a lot of work, but I think it will be really worth it.
Nice. Will you plan to release it to SPX people after you made your algorithm test?
Maybe. Just honestly, I can see how my SPX videos perform, and they get like 10 seconds of views and then they just get bombed. I just don't know if I want to do that to this content. Like, people with really lovely intentions, aeons, click on it and they're like, I'm gonna help this person, I'm gonna help this person on their YouTube. And unless you put like out of a silly sort of message, or it's really good, but the content I'm making isn't specifically for SPX, it's just trying to do some soft side shilling for SPX. So I would, in the nicest way, I think the community will bomb it, I even said to my partner, you can't watch it because you're going to blow my algorithm. I think she was a bit upset at first. I was like, you don't watch this stuff, so you'll stay away from. And so, but I think after a while, like once you get big enough, you can kind of share it with anyone that you want, and it doesn't really matter if they do or don't click on it. But I think it's trying to avoid the temptation of sharing it with aeons to try and get traffic, because that's not what I've seen on my actual SPX page. That doesn't. I mean, my SPX content is crap if I'm looking at it from algorithm point. So I'm not surprised that people click off. That's just the facts. So, but yeah.
We have some people. Hey, Sensei, Hypey, Audacious, how are you guys?
Hey, girls.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Hey,
Seb. Seb, this video that you're talking about, have you uploaded it on YouTube?
Audacious, don't you go looking for it, man. I have, mate. I have. I have, but please, if you do somehow find it, it's the thing is, right, is if you don't already watch this kind of content, I've seen it just confuses the algorithm. I only talk about it because I'm really excited. Though the smart thing to do would just be not to say anything. But unless you're watching the kind of content I'm already making, it even then confuses the algorithm, even if you watch it the whole way through. But I can't stop you, and if you feel like you'd really like to, then I know please feel free to, mate. But
his channel is probably I Hate Pineapple Pizza 6900 something.
There's a market for it. There's actually a market for it. We all know this is true.
So you uploaded it on YouTube, but not your main channel, I take.
Yeah, so I uploaded it on YouTube, and the idea is that I have to condense it down as well into a TikTok short, because I think that I can easily, with a bit of work, I think that I get how to make it into a decent TikTok short. And then the idea is the TikTok is always an experimental platform, whereas YouTube has to be quite specific. So I'm going to put the content I'm making on YouTube onto TikTok on my Zymaker TikTok, and that's then all experimental content can just go onto the same channel on TikTok. So the idea is eventually people will start to go, oh, I like this guy for this thing, but when I go onto his TikTok, he's talking about this weird thing, and they might just click off, but somebody's gonna resonate with it. Because I think that's what's great for TikTok, is you just get to be like really, experimental is probably the best word, and then people can find different flavors of what you got to offer. Are you, how's your YouTube stuff going, Audacious? I know that you're, when you put the mask on and you got your book going, what's going on, man?
To be honest, I kind of stopped writing the book for the Marauder competition, and I was just like heavily focused on making YouTube content. And I feel like I think I must have made about 12 videos, but I feel like I made like a year's worth of videos in like just the duration of his competition. And I'm not gonna lie, I was exhausted. I was just like, people don't realize the amount of work that actually goes into a YouTube video. And if you look at my videos, I mean, compared to other people, I'll say, I mean, my videos are more on the basic end, in the sense that it's like I narrate and I add images over my narration. And I feel like anyone can do that, but it's still a lot of work that goes into it, from preparing it to then recording it to then editing it, and in the whole uploading process. It just takes time. And then I was doing that back to back, that jumping from one video to another, because I wanted to win some part of his competition, and I didn't know how he was going to judge the competition. I think he said he was judging it by which video goes viral. And I thought to myself, how am I going to have a chance of having a video go viral except by producing volume? So I thought that, just keep putting out content and hopefully one of those videos would go viral. But thank God he changed that, and he sort of just opened it up to anyone that's making content, whether it goes viral, views, the amount of videos you make. So so I kind of exhausted myself from that. I've taken a break from YouTube, and I'm now going back to trying to work on my final third book. That's where I am now, to be honest. I just started to open up the document, read through everything that I've written so far, edit it, and I need to get back into the writing mode again, which is kind of hard, because when you start something, you stop it, you start something, you stop it, you just lose that momentum. And I've kind of lost that momentum. So yeah, I need to get back into that zone again. Yeah.
Zone time. How do you get back into the zone, mate? Do you have like a process where do you ever just stick yourself down at the desk and just beat yourself over the head with the paper until it comes out? I'm joking, but yeah, do you have a process to get back in?
To be honest, for me, I mean, it's hard for me because of my lifestyle. So I don't really have, it's like the quiet time. So I'll go to work usually, and I have children, so I have that to deal with. And then by the time it's nighttime, I'm just shattered. I really can't bother to look on the computer and start thinking. So I really have to get up in the morning before my work time, maybe like a couple of hours before. I really try to get up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to get back in the zone. But I'm having a problem with actually getting up, man. I'm going to bed too late and I'm setting my alarm and I'm actually sleeping through it and I'm just snoozing it. And I'm just like, oh man, it's just like, I just need to actually make it one day to get out of bed and at 6 in the morning and just go on the computer. And once I can just do that, I'll be in the zone for the next day. But yeah, I just need to be more disciplined.
I mean,
but I'll do it eventually.
Yeah, mate. I mean, some grace for yourself as well, brother. That's, doing a full-time job and then coming home to kids, and you got to nourish yourself at the same time. That's a lot, man. I mean, I don't reckon be too hard on yourself for how and when it comes, mate. With you doing what you're doing.
Yeah, man. I can tell you, at the end of the day, like I sit there and I look at my wife, and she's exhausted too. I'm exhausted, and I'm like, I just feel like physically and just mentally drained. And then she's like on the other side of the sofa, and she feels the same way.
Just like crumpled up together, like. That's a tough position, man. Like I was thinking the other day, like a lot of our media culture is very much like geared towards, if you're not doing it, you're not doing enough. Like you need to be like play that motivational tape, put some like gangster rap music in your ear or some heavy metal and get shit done, because you're not enough until you absolutely burned yourself to the core. And man, that sounds like a tannoy announcement going out from the hive to all the worker bees, and the worker bees are like getting a little drug hit, and you're like, oh yeah, I need to be more, because then I'm gonna, and then play inspiring music. And man, that sounds like the most slave music, trance, indoctrination shit I've ever been thinking of lately, man. Like, I don't know, that's it seems like we're like hooked onto like punishing ourselves for like, I gotta work hard, man. But it's just my two SPX.
Yeah, and globally, like doing something creative that takes a long time, like writing a book, doing a long form video, this kind of stuff is very difficult, because as the path is long, you will go through a lot of moods and, emotion, and it's very difficult to keep the direction and to finish the stuff. It's happening to me for the terminal. It's like, I don't know if I will end at some point because the path is so long, and it takes a lot of creativity and stuff. So I understand what you say. Audacious, probably the same for a book, I guess.
100%. I can understand what you're saying as well, Mike. And I guess it's like only people that are actually working on something, whether it's video content and you do it consistently, and you do developing as well, writing, that they would understand that you had exactly what you said. You go through moods, and you could be 1 day or a week or a period of time where you're just locked in, and then then there's a period of time where you're just locked out. And when you're locked out, then you have to. It's actually like a personal struggle and a battle to get yourself locked in again. And it's like there's those sort of cycles. Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, I guess the response to this is like probably discipline for me. It's like force myself to be disciplined on like doing a certain amount of hour every day or every whatever time you want. But like motivation go and pass, but discipline stay. So for me, like the response is discipline for this. It's kind of difficult because when it's creative and you want to be disciplined, it's difficult. It can kill your creativity. So
The other way around as well is like if you're in such a creative flow, right? And then you set the discipline of I go to bed at this time because I know that, say, like a 10 o'clock bedtime sets me up really well for the next day. But you're in a flow. You can't stop till 1 or 2 a.m. And that's you being like generous because you could keep going. And then you wake up the next day and your body's wrecked, but you had to go with it. You couldn't not express that thing that was coming up. That's a creativity when it comes up against the discipline. How do you guys navigate around that? Because I know you guys find that flow state and you go off onto one. What's your sort of strategy to keep the other disciplines?
oh yeah, when you have the flow states, you need to keep going. Like it happened to me like last night. I was about to go sleeping. I had an idea at 1 o'clock, and I couldn't stop until like 3, 4, 5 because like it's now. Like it's now. The fire is now. So you keep it alive and continue to make your stuff because you don't know if the next day it will be here. So for me, it's that way.
Yeah, I agree. When you're in that flow state, the thing is with me, I was in that flow state, but then I switched the flow from the book to Noir's competition. I had to win some SPX6900. So I was like, I just switched into a flow state of making content and I was just on a flow. That's how I was managed. I was able to just produce so many videos. I was working into the night on the flow. I'll get up the next day. I was just like working the kids in the background. I didn't care. I was finding like quiet moments to start recording and just doing my recording, stay late at work. I was like literally on a flow. And now it's just like, okay, that ended and I'm exhausted from making video content. And it's like I have to switch my flow now back to writing again. It's just too much switching back and forth. So yeah, I've left the flow state of content and now I need to switch back on going back on the flow again when it comes to writing. And yeah, it's just not easy, but I know once I get into that flow state, I'll be good. It's just getting into it. That's what it is.
When you're hypey, what is your process? Is like when you have the flow state, you keep going, not sleeping, and until the shit's done, or are you doing a little bit every day? Or
sometimes if I'm like stuck into a video, and then you just like go at it for like 12 hours or whatever, and then like takes a few days, sort of thing. Yeah, when I have like the big jobs, I'll just whatever I get sucked into, I just like do it until the inspiration's gone. Usually that runs for like a few days or like a full week where I'm just doing like the one job. And then when it like stops, like you sort of like lose that flow state, whether it's like 20 minutes or like 5 days, then I just move to something completely different. Like I won't start another video. I'll then go and like do something in Illustrator or like make some posters or whatever. And then I'll like work on that and then just like jump around, like having like a few different things on the go and a few different ways to be creative. Because whenever I burn out with videos, it doesn't mean that I'm like burnt out with like making posters or doing something else. Yeah. And then when you get burnt out making stickers or making merch or whatever, then you haven't made a video in a couple months. So then you go back to making videos.
yeah.
I realized though that we have this term persist forever. When it comes to persisting forever, especially if you're an active aeon and you're actually producing content, you've got to take breaks, man. Persisting forever doesn't mean you're locked in 100% of the time, 24/7. You take like those periods where you just switch off, lock out, have a break, and then jump back on again. That's how you do it if you're going to persist forever. Otherwise, burnout is a real thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and especially when you have like long work, you know, like doing a book, doing a long form video, doing a big project, you can easily burn yourself out. So you need to manage yourself and have some down moments sometimes. It's not wasting time. It's like persisting forever is the path. But yeah, by the way, I added your SPX FM to the SPX magazine in the podcasts, and I added the store on official merch on the SPX magazine too.
Sick. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, no worries. Deserve it, girl.
Chic.
And yeah.
How's the mag going? How's it looking?
It's very well. It's released. We have like a SPX magazine releasing weekly recap, and maybe we can like use them in the Mondaeon to make a recap of what's happened in the last week. I don't know. I had this idea. Like
Recap stuff is really good. Yeah.
Yeah, he just released the fifth one, 20. Yeah, the week of July 21. So it was the last week. And yeah, it seems like we are in a phase for SPX about chapters. Everyone is doing. I've been added on a Telegram group with a lot of aeon doing chapters in their own city. So it seems like these days we are doing this occupying IRL, like each week, one place to be there and try to evangelize. Seems to be like the next step. Like we had like big conference, some meetups, and now we have like recurrent meetups in cities, and it's expanding. I guess Mura talked about that like in the Sunday space. We have a lot of cities now. Milan, Barcelona, New York City, London. We have a lot coming, and I think it's a good way to invade IRL because conferences are cool, but doing bigger and bigger conference at some point is irrelevant. So occupying regularly the real world is the good way to do stuff.
There was Herbdon, who's here in London, had a really good idea for one that we might do in London. That open invitation for anyone to pinch this one is just walking groups, because they're taking off, and I think we might start doing that here in London just because it's a really low barrier to entry. Because you don't need anything but yourself. You just start walking together, and then you've got like a destination, and you have a little chin wag while you go. But yeah, like I think I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of a gold mine, that one, a walking group, because people just join that. You know, you don't need to be an SPX to want to just walk and talk. You get loads of people who want to just get some exercise. Yeah. Anyway, just throwing it out there if anyone wants to. Yeah.
Yes. I do love walking through old London town.
That's exactly. It's exactly like that. Dickensian. You might run into Audacious. Although Audacious, you did say you ran into my sister once. So I mean, it literally is as big as.
I swear I've seen her a second time.
Really? Are you serious?
I'm not even gonna say where, but yeah, I've seen her twice.
That's so funny. Come on, you have to go say hi at some point.
The thing, the once I do that, you can't undo it. So there's a part of me that like, I like my anonymity. So
Fair play.
it just, I don't know, but I just thought about it, and I thought, okay, I recognize obviously your sister. She's an Aeon. And I just felt kind of weird. Like, imagine someone recognizes me as an Aeon and I don't realize that they know me. It kind of makes me feel a bit, vulnerable. Especially when I think of like SPX and the future, where it could go. And the last thing I'd want to be known in, especially in the area that I live in, that, oh, that's an Aeon. He has SPX. He's been in since that time. I'll definitely have to relocate if I was known.
Yeah, I actually hear you, mate. I mean, it is a bit of a funny one to navigate, because I have the same thoughts. I'm like, oh, and but yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Take a hit for the team, I reckon. But I'm not saying you should take a hit for the team at all. That's not what I'm saying. I just mean, I completely get you, man. Like, yeah. Yes, that's a reality. Plus, you said which part of London you live in. All parts of London are like that, mate. Every single part of this scumbag town, everywhere, even West London.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's true. That's one of the things. I mean, some parts of me I was like, yeah, I would like to like meet other eons, but then I don't want to be. I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be on video. And yeah, it's just weird, isn't it?
I mean, there's ways around it because you can always do. You know, like we can always do. You know, we could do one as a camera-free meetup or something like that, and but then obviously you'd have to be. Kind of all, you know, I mean, there were only 3 of us yesterday, so it's a pretty small group. But I don't know, I think probably a lot of people have these reservations. There's probably something we can do in some way if there is a desire to meet, but there, you know, a level of anonymity wants to be retained. Maybe there's like a halfway house. I'm not saying that you would even want one of those options, but I reckon there'll be others who might want something a bit more, what's the word? Under the radar at some point, because yeah, I mean, we know it's going to blow up, and that does come with its own little challenges, doesn't it? Like you were expressing. People are gonna know the face of Audacious. I think I saw your face before actually, Audacious. What was the film? Vendetta? Viva Vendetta? Saw you in a movie. You're already famous, mate. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh. How about you, Hype? Do you ever have that feeling, mate? I know you're, well, I've seen your hand. Your hand's kind of famous, but like, what's your thoughts on sort of like anonymity and what's being so prolific? Like you have a reputation in spite of not being face doc stay on. Like, what's your thoughts, man?
Some people are doxed. Like that's good. It is a little bit sort of against the original ethos of crypto as a whole, with like doxing and stuff, because you wanted your money to be like anonymous sort of thing. But I couldn't dox in SPX anyway. It'd just be dangerous, like way too dangerous for me to dox. Like some people can dox and it's like kind of okay because they never piss anybody off. They're like they're not like an OG, so people don't just assume that they have like 1% of the supply. Like yeah, but if I doxed, it would be like way too stressful. Like I wouldn't be able to like sleep properly because I'd be like thinking that people are like reverse searching me on the internet, figuring out like where I live and everything about me, my name. Like, just if I was like doxed and then fucking Chiron is like, I'm gonna sue this guy. Like, you know what I mean? There's a reason you don't, like, most people aren't crazy, but some people just straight up are, and you have to like stay safe because it only takes 1 in 1,000 people to just be like an actual psychopath. Yeah, or next thing you're getting like range attacked at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I wanted to come on here and protect Hype's face as well. Don't show my Hype's face to the world, please. Protect him.
Really?
Hey, Adil, how are you, bro?
Going great. How are you?
Are you in the SPX mobile car?
Yep, I am in it.
We need to get you a Robin, Grilly. That's basically this feels like a series, like literally in the making. Who's your Robin?
My God.
Who would be your Robin?
Actually, you know what? I think there's an aeon here in Florida. We can probably get him to be my Robin.
Oh, who is it? Or is he an unknown?
He was the one I met the other day. No.
Oh, in your pick, yeah.
He just doxed himself. Yeah, he just doxed himself. Yeah. He just did.
Don't tell him he's going to be robbing, because nobody wants to be like kind of told they're going to be robbing. You kind of got to like you got to like sell Robin first, and then be like,
Yeah,
oh,
like,
you're Robin, I'm Batman.
Hey, let's take a picture in the car together. And then it's like, oh, you put Robin's face over him.
Yeah. You got to like be, hey, who's like the coolest guy wearing a red and green cape or whatever color it is, and like just like subliminally like suggest it to him, and then he's like, oh, I love Robin. Robin's so cool. Yeah, I don't know how you sell Robin to anyone, to be honest, but yes, maybe he's your Robin.
IP, by the way, the Chiron stuff is bullshit, no? You cannot have your address and everything.
No, like unless he is a federal agent, he's not going to be able to like acquire that information. And then on top of that, like he can't sue people internationally. Like,
oh, was that real you were talking about? I thought that was just a hypothetical situation. He's trying to sue you.
Well, he's trying to sue like fucking 8 people in like and the NHS, like in like 10 different countries. Like, good luck. And like, with what money? Like, he's begging on the internet for money. He doesn't have like, fuck. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I thought you were just giving like a hypothetical situation. That is wild, man. Yeah, it's kind of semi-hypothetical.
Seb, you've definitely been off X.
Yeah, I have, man. It sounds like it's been going down. Holy crap, mate.
The thing is with doxing, these days it's even more dangerous with AI. You have geospy stuff, you have like fucking GeoGuessr champions. You have like, with one picture, people can literally find where you are. So it's even more dangerous these days. And like France is champion for kidnapping people for crypto, so I really understand people that don't want to dox these days.
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say that 100%, and that these are all concerns I sort of think about, especially because I think SPX6900 is going to be massive. And then it's like, you just want to live a peaceful life, innit? You don't want to have to worry about this extra headache, extra security. Yeah, just, and like, I don't know. When it comes to a peaceful life, I want to be able to, you know, be wealthy privately, and nobody publicly is aware of any of that, so that I can just peacefully walk and go about my business without being or having to worry about any security concerns or someone trying to tell me or raid my house, or it's just extra headache I don't need.
Yeah, it's like a tricky stuff, the doxing, because we need some people to dox, but nobody wants to dox themselves, sorry. So yeah, it's kind of tricky stuff. I did it in March 25 because I felt it was the moment to do it, because people were accusing us to be bots, and it was the right counterattack for me to do, but I took a risk, I know it. But it's kind of tricky because, like, yeah, it's good to have people doxing, but it's not good to dox yourself. So, I don't know. I encourage people that are willing to do it, and people that don't do it. It's like you need to feel it. If you feel it, do it, as we say, Seb.
As the great Michael says, it's the word, man. Plus, I think as well, there's like I don't think it's a death sentence either. I think there's a I think there's a, you know, I think it's as we're talking about it, I feel like we're on death row, like, and I like, I mean, I'm looking at the aeons here. I mean, at least half of us more, in fact, the majority of us here are doxed, and like regularly.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like, but I think that, I don't know, I think that lends itself to like many different scenarios that, you know, I think if it comes from a fearful place, then it will be a fearful process. And I've definitely felt like pangs of it. I have, like, but then I think to myself, man, if I'm in a fearful state, that will only perpetuate more fear. But I also think that there's ways to sort of eject if people like down the line feel like, oh, that's enough, or to, you know, I do always think it's good to have, well, as far as I can see SPX, I think it's really good to have faces, but I think that the faces changing creates like a, you know, like when you see like a new season of a series and you're like, hey, what the hell happened to the main character, man? Why is his face different? And then after like 2 episodes, you're like, yeah, I guess I like him. He's all right. And it's such a shock to the system. But I think like we can, you know, we're all, you know, there's hundreds of us doxed, and I think that there's ways to, you know, if people want to use all the experience that they've gained, which I think we're going to have a lot of, you know, we can probably spotlight others really, really well, and people want to take like a step back, they can, and I think, I don't know, I think that I look at someone like Southern Fried Chad, for example, and he's kind of like, in terms of the most doxed, most recognizable face outside of Murad, but Southern Fried Chad keeps going to events and stuff and hosting events. Like he's touchable. You can touch Chad, you know, and that at some point, you know, he's going to have to navigate. But he does it from such a joyful place. You can tell he's just riding such a high, creating the content that he's creating. That I just know that there's an avenue for that joyfulness as well. So I think, yeah, like basically to round that up, if you feel it, do it, right, Mike? Like exactly like you said, because it's going to feel really super good to the people who need to do it. But yeah, I think it's important to listen to those concerns when we got them.
Yeah, for me, it depends on a lot of stuff. If you have children, where you live, it's in a big city, or like lost somewhere, or depends on a lot of stuff. I know for myself, I'm not too worried because I'm moving a lot. I don't have like a. I'm a hobo. I don't have like a fixed location. I'm always moving since 5 years, and I don't have a job in a very big city, and you know, depends on your life. So I don't have children, so I think you're way more worried when you have children and establish a life and family and everything. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm static with children. It's not a bad thing. I love my children, but I'm just saying, yeah, I'm static with children. So risk is high, and my location as well. If I put that into the mix, it makes the risk even higher.
Yeah, sure.
I was going to take a shot at what area then, Audacious, but I wouldn't say it online. But I just think I just
got you, Audacious.
no, I just know like all the crap areas in London which is basically all of. There's I don't know how well you guys know London, but there's like, it's so funny because once you get to parts of West London or like parts of North London, or there's like a little tiny, there's what would you call it, like a, I don't know, it's a village, there we go, it's actually called a village, but there's like a little village called Dulwich Village in South London, and you're like, oh, this is so nice, and then you step out and there's just like mad chaos, or there's like little spots where if you've got enough money, it just changes so dramatically, and then if you go to everywhere else, you're like, man, this could be rough. This could be rough. Like where I work is just, it's unreal. It's like a movie. But I imagine somewhere like New York sounds crazy. Paulie, you seem like a New Yorker to me. I'm just making a wild stereotype here based on my movie knowledge. And great, you're from Miami, right?
He's a Fed. Don't respond to Sam. He's a Fed.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. You guys don't need to. I just thought they were pretty big areas. Miami's a big. He's digging for dirt. He's trying to get the information. Yeah, it's really reckless. But.
So yeah, we have a lot of people like holding what's called chapter in cities, like joining each other one day of the week in the same bar or in the same cafe or whatever. I think it's a very good idea to multiply this kind of initiatives and to have a recurrent presence in the real world. Like, especially if you're near, like in the group, they were saying, trying to find a location, the cafe or the bar near a university, because like it will attract young folks into SPX in time, because like students go to bars. It's a known fact. So I think it's a good initiative.
Real question though, when was the last time any of you guys sat down and started talking to students?
Oh,
I have found them to be some of the most argumentative human beings, non-agreeable, just counter everything. Every time I think about the narrative of getting the kids, I realize that I suck at that one. Like, challenging. Of all the age demographics, I find students to be the most challenging. If you guys have had any input, feedback from, like, if you guys had successes when, what's that Steve Buscemi meme where he's like, hey, fellow high schoolers, if any of you guys Steve Buscemi'd it.
yeah, I don't talk too much to IRL people, so I cannot say so much, but
Are you talking about like college students or like university students?
No, like, I mean, legally we can't, it wouldn't be college because they're under 18, but just like uni students, literally just that age of like 18 to probably 22. Like, I find them to be, I get it, like, it's the kids are the future, right? But man, I don't know, I don't have a great skill, I think, with with all age demographics, but I find students to just be the most like combative. You know, like, there's kind of like a prove yourself to me energy that I get from students. It's like an overhang from the teenage years, like they've not fully exited, and so there's like you know, there's a I don't know. I remember being a teenager. You know, you've read a few books, you're into something artistic, maybe some poetry, maybe you watch art house movies.
how are you? Were you a punk when you were young, Seb?
No, I was like into acting, so I was like a, what do you call it? Probably like a bit of a, like a, maybe like more of an artistic snob. It's just like, that's not art. What is that? Right, you think you're too cool for school, and you're just kind of like walking around and you're just judging stuff. There's a lot of judgment, I feel, at that age, because you're still screening the world for what you want it to be. You've literally just hit your first dose of freedom, and you're testing everything still. You're testing it with your newfound power of autonomy, like agency. You're able to, you don't just get to question mom and dad now. You get to say, oh, I can actually make an impact. I can go out and earn my own money. I can take massive debt from the government if I so choose, which most of them do. I can piss it away on alcohol and drugs, and I can go and chase girls and boys or whatever else is out there. And I'm a free person. And you've got questions. You've got so many questions, and somebody comes to you. I just think I just basically it's a lack of skill on my part, but I do find them to be a very challenging demographic, I suppose, is all I wanted to say.
Hey, Keely, how are you, bro?
Oh yeah, I'm still alive. I think for students, we don't need to show to them because SPX is counterculture, so they need to find it themselves. And by the way, by the time they find it, they actually have some money. Right now, they're broke anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah, I was a lot in counterculture when I was younger, and that's why I asked you, said if you were punk, because it's kind of the spirits being against the society and all capitalism, this kind of stuff.
Were you a punk, yeah, Mike?
Not in the form, but in mind, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, you had like inside you had the spiky hair, and you were like,
Yeah.
down with the system.
Well, when I was growing up, I was listening to a lot of music from the past, like 60s, 70s.
Yes.
And because I didn't like the current music that was going on at the time, and it was like counter pop music, and especially Russian pop music, which was pretty bad. And I listened to a lot of like Doors, psychedelic
Yes.
rock, and
Yes.
then jazz, and then all that.
Yes.
A lot of Miles Davis. But it's funny, like I kind of like with the current, like when I listen to jazz, I know a lot of it actually. Like I had at some point 3,000 CDs of music total, but when I like currently I can't even listen to it because like the black population behaves in the States currently so badly, so I can't really listen to jazz anymore. It's so funny.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
It's funny because like in the 60s, 70s, even probably the 80s, counterculture was very big, in fact, at the time, and it kind of disappeared these days. Like I don't know what's the last counterculture stuff.
I think it's just counterculture now is just against anything. Like for instance, Zoomers or younger or Alpha, they just don't give a fuck. If you're older than I don't know 15 years old, they don't give a fuck about your opinion. So that's the counterculture of today now.
Yeah, but it's crazy because counterculture seems to be taken back by the Matrix, and it's like another trend in social media. You know, there is no stuff like in the past. Now it's like
so they are kind of against, but they don't really create any culture. So they just say fuck off. But what's the like alternative, right?
exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't exist apart from maybe streaming or just gaming or whatever. But it's like slop content or just well, I mean maybe TikTok dances are kind of their way of counterculture. I don't know. We can only monitor.
I had a thought the other day that I think that a lot of the counterculture that came from that era of like 60s was just a psyop. Was just like organized counterculture to inject agendas. And I wonder, go on, mate.
Yeah, I actually had an interesting thought recently. I don't have the sources, but I seen like a CIA playbook for undermining societies or something like that somewhere on Twitter. And it said like you have to like ask stupid questions, constantly interfere with progress when you want to like fuck up the movement or society. And it immediately reminded me of the so-called social science fiction movies, which kind of based, but they only like ask these questions and never provide answers, especially like from Soviet Union. So yeah, I think those movies were actually like CIA based. So they are really quality content, but they really did mess up with a lot of things. They kind of introduced uncertainty. Too many questions. It's kind of I don't know. It's funny, especially movies from Soviet Union, which became very popular in the States, like Tarkovsky and all that shit. I mean, yeah, it's art, but it also like constant questioning of everything, which is not really very useful.
Yeah.
It's like I almost feel like art is always even like the term counterculture. What does that even mean? That's like in tension against something or in conflict against something. But when you're creating culture, you're not in conflict with self, and it's coming from self or source. So like the art that we can create doesn't come from a conflict, it just comes from an expression. And I think art often finds its way into like our collective psyche. It's and then it's very quickly co-opted. And I think that's a really clever way to co-opt any sort of culture. It's just culture, right? You're putting out art, and then all of a sudden you're the Beatles and you're making really cool music. Bang, we're gonna co-opt this, and we're gonna so you don't get like a clear filter. You've got it muddied by something that's trying to be produced by someone. But art is like, I always think it's just the you're trying to make the truest expression. Like imagine in SPX, if there's a way for someone to try and infiltrate CIA level or whatever, dark triad, just, you know, any of this, like, it's through the art, because because that's like, it's, or whatever you call art, your creativity, because once your creativity has been co-opted, it's then taking something that's really organic. But I wonder, like, how much do people ever start off saying this is counterculture, because that already kind of puts us in a space of like against something, rather than it coming truly from, like, when it's just coming out of you, you're not in counter, right? We were talking about creativity earlier. You guys were saying like writing and encoding and hype making all your videos and your posters and stuff, like, gotta feel
Yeah,
conflict, right?
they will introduce like maybe talented artists that would initially they will do good stuff, but then they will start injecting bullshit, and then that could be spotted maybe. But if they won't be able to subvert it, when if we actually hit like prices of 1,000 or whatever, they could do this via financial means. Like, for instance, if they launch ETFs on SPX with the options, it's basically over, because they can suppress the price all they want, like we're doing with the BTC right now.
It's never over, Killy. How can we be stopped? Don't be crazy. Don't talk crazy.
Well, I mean, yeah, that would be
It's
like a
crazy stuff,
call
man.
for to do something about it. I'm not sure if it's possible, but even like but BTC did what was quoted, wasn't it? Like, even Sailor right now says we need TradFi to invest, to integrate, blah blah blah. So
just one point about counterculture, about what you said, Seb. For me, at some point, when a new culture emerges, it's not obviously counterculture, but if this new culture is contradicting the ancient culture, there will be like an opposition at some point, and it will be like confronting. That's why we're saying it's counterculture. I see it more in that way, you know, like the old and new lion stuff.
Yeah, I see what you mean, man. I see what you mean. So it's not like intentionally coming out, maybe. It's just, but it just ends up by default as it's in nature.
It's too cool and
I think a very pure example of counterculture, like of what I know, it was the Impressionist artists at the beginning of 20th century. So basically, because before that, the art was mostly like, I don't know, pictures of nature and people and all that. But then they started creating these unrealistic images, and only it was only it has survived only because a few eccentric rich people started buying up these pictures, including like Russian entrepreneur who actually basically founded he basically bootstrapped Picasso and other such assets. Without him, they would basically go bankrupt. I mean, they would be broke. So, but he was buying all this art, like Matisse, Picasso, or I forgot the name, but you get the idea, right? And everybody was laughing at him. But now, of course, he is very, I don't know, very known in Russia for collecting these pieces, and a lot of them are still in Russia. Yeah, but he had a quite interesting fate, because basically he had an account to buy the art, right, in the European bank. But then when the revolution hit, everything he had was basically taken from him. But he was able to live a relatively rich life for the rest of his life in Paris, because he had this money stacked for art. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. So yeah, we need maybe like to find, like as Murat said, some eccentric rich people who will join us the movement and then promote it. That would be one of the good ways to.
I mean,
and by the way, Hype, are you working on the one pager? I heard you were already writing some stuff. Hype. Summoning Hype.
Sorry, I was very immersed. Saying my name.
it was summoning your spirit.
Fully lost in the chain of UK poo rap.
Oh, you watching? I saw that pop up. I couldn't turn the sound on.
The last one I posted was I can't tell if it's like parody or not.
Poo rap. Wait, can the sound go on? Where are you finding this hype? Holy crap.
Well, someone just tweeted, "There's a genre of music growing on TikTok that I like to call UK poo," and it's that real shitty like weird mumble rap gangster shit, and then all of the quote tweets are people just like throwing even more of it out, and like every second one is just like so bad it's good.
Maybe we need audacious. Maybe this is like the spark of inspiration that you need, man. Maybe you could be our poo rap champion. Well, I can't do it because it'd be too bad. It'd be like actually bad.
So that's the point.
No, but like,
It's like,
no, like, do you know when it's too bad? Yeah.
When it's too bad, it became cool.
yeah. How can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay.
Give him a record deal now.
What are some other ones? Some SPX UK poo. Grew up in the system, they don't care about you. These corporations, they want to take everything from me and you.
Oh,
Go out in the street trying to stab me up like pew, 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 pew. Yeah.
holy crap! Hi, we found you. We've been looking. You were the chosen one. Promised to us in the prophecy. We shall send you forth, and you can poo. That was good, man. I literally thought that was alright.
That's freestyle right there. That's natural talent.
Kid's got talent. You can't buy that. You can't buy that. There's no SPX, no amount. I'm sure that could.
Pure energy.
You were asking something, Mikey. What did you say before?
Oh yeah, I was saying like, did you started writing some stuff for the one pager you talked about with Muradi in the Sunday Space hike?
The one pager. Yeah, not really. Other people will write stuff.
Okay,
I think
there's people on it.
yeah, it should be. I don't know. I'm trying to get back to write it. Sort of wrote out
Oh, nice.
the sort of lines to focus and expand upon, which is good. And yeah, pretty much I'm not gonna focus on it. Someone else will do it, and then
Nice.
see if it's good or not.
Backy roll. It's cool. I've seen people summoning Mang 2 these days. The old uncle should be around. I guess he probably never left and just looking from alt accounts.
Yeah, he has like 2 alt accounts.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
So
Yeah, sure. Cow's video is really
Yes.
that was good. The McDonald's supervisor.
I'm pretty sure we'll see some OGs coming back. I don't know why. I have this feeling since I probably said this in the Mondaeon 3 weeks or 1 month ago. And I really have this feeling since weeks. I don't know.
We'll call you Mike Stradamus. Make it.
Yeah, I really have this feeling. I'm really happy like the old Korean grandma came back. It's really cool.
yeah, well, he never left. He just took a break
Yeah.
from the timeline and being Paparol.
Yeah.
So we had to force him to
That's
come back as Paparol.
Yeah, your
And
live
then
with
on and on.
your live with him was so good. With the voice and everything, it was so funny.
It's so funny. But yeah, I don't know if Mung fucking coming back is actually that good. for SPX. Like, I don't know, maybe, but
How come, man? What's your thoughts?
Mung was a fucking asshole. Like, people don't know. People treat him like a fucking god or something, like a creature of myth. But a lot of those people never actually like worked. Like they weren't really in SPX when Mung was really in SPX, so they don't know like the shit that Mung did, and like all the skeletons in the closet, and like so it's just this like creature of myth that people are like, whatever he says will sort of be like gospel, and like like there's so many skeletons in the closet in SPX, and like Mung is responsible for quite a few of those, and it's like a lot of people just don't know that, and they're like, Mungy, I love you, and he's like, ugh.
Yeah, I've heard some old stories from some people about the uncle.
Yeah.
I mean,
and like people fucking Mung left like for a year and a half more. Like all Mung ever did was talk. He was a talker. He was good at it. Like he knew what he was talking about, but like that was it. And like he never actually did any work. So there's all like so many people that have come after Mung that have done more work than Mung ever did. And Mung would get put on a pedestal if he were to return when he's like not actually that good. And I don't know, like throw out the balance that we've like achieved. And
yeah, it's like interesting to hear, man. Because I that's the impression I had. I was like, oh, this is the really cool guy. This is the McDonald's guy. We make McDonald's jokes around, but it's interesting, man.
You have some lore, but there is stories about him. If you talk like in private with some people, some OGs, you will know the stories.
I don't want to know, girls. But
I want to know.
No, but just like I do think that's really that's really interesting to hear, and I think even when, as you say, hype, it just makes me think. I don't know who said this the other day, that I guess everybody who's here and is contributing whatever way they are, like that, I guess it's the present that I suppose is really, and the persisting forever bit that I think is I don't know, is the bit that always I notice, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool, and this person's making that now, and that's awesome, and this person's stepped up on this level, and oh, this person's been just like reply going for like the entire time that I've been in SPX, which is like a relatively short amount of time compared to how long it's been around. And I think that there's probably the legends or the lore or the myth starts to become exacerbated, maybe it sounds, compared to maybe what's presently actually happening with some people who are maybe putting in even more tremendous work.
Yeah.
You
should never meet your heroes. How does that saying go? No.
Slow.
On the bright side, timeline doesn't care what happens a year ago. A timeline doesn't care what happened a year ago, so it doesn't really matter.
I care.
No, oh, there's a toxic SPX Maxim.
Oh boy!
Here. Be careful.
Where's your step? With the evil laugh.
How are you, Slow?
Good, how are you?
Good, girl.
I was thinking about what Hype said, because I definitely agree. I mean, like, I've listened to Mung on Spaces, and I don't know how many people have actually listened to, like, Just for Funners, and, like, there were other spaces that were available that I don't think are available anymore. But also, like, Mung has, like, I think 50,000 tweets or something. I don't think he deleted many tweets. And Yeah, you can like Deli's an asshole. Like, I mean, there's like no doubt about it. And then you kind of have like, you almost have like in an interesting way, like a more mature version of Bung in like Hype, in the sense of like Hype's also an asshole, but he's like way less of an asshole than
Like
Bung.
a narrow, you mean she's narrow?
He's what?
Narrow, more narrow, right? I mean, if we're comparing assholes, assholes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So if you're looking down the arsehole, staring down the barrel.
yeah. I think Mung was really funny, and he was very entertaining, and like definitely had like really good insight into a lot of the industry, and I think he was really good at memeing and like communicating that and stuff. But yeah, I mean, he was a big personality, you know, and I think in like early stages of anything like this, you need those big personalities who are gonna just be total absolute assholes, but they're trying to get the job done in their own fucked up way or whatever. Like all of us, you know what I mean? But they paved the way, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what we need anymore.
I reckon that's. I heard somebody express. I won't say who it is, but I was speaking to someone, and they no, I wouldn't. I don't. That's drama, man. But like, but they had like an issue with someone in the community, and I remember saying to them, I was like, man, you should just say it, because and their reservation was that they weren't big enough, and I was like, that's such a silly thing to say. There's no such thing, but there is like, I don't know, breathing life into it. And I know, like, I think that, you know, at some point you got to challenge your hero, because at some point they're going to say something that you don't like. And I know many people here have got experience with challenging others. I think it's I mean, I think that's pretty cool to hear those things about Monk, because I had no idea, but even hearing you guys being like, oh,
Fredward.
hey, Fredward.
Hey guys, hey, how you doing? Guys, to add up to the point that Hype mentioned, can you hear me?
Yeah.
The thing is, like, what Hype said, he didn't mention that Mang is or was a douchebag. Like, the thing is, there are people who do damage to the, like, community. That's the point. Like, I won't go into the details, but, like, me personally, I don't like Mang. I think Zaimaka, Mike, Hype, Slow Aeon, even Audacious, even though I don't like you Audacious, but still, like, you all did like more, you did more to SPX than Mang did. Like, that's why, like, there is no point, like, to say he's an asshole or good, like, he's just a dick. Like, that's my point, that's my opinion, you can agree with that or no. And I hate when people are, like, changing the meaning of the words, like, because like, there is more lore to know. I hope you will find out it, like, someday. So yeah, I just came to say this. Have a good night. Kiss you, love you all.
Love you,
Fredward.
Dropped the bomb and left.
I mean, I don't have anything to say about Mong. There's only one thing my experience with Mong, which is kind of funny. So when I first started out in SPX, I was a little bit of a beg. So I saw Mong and I followed him. And I really wanted him to follow me back. So I did a post. I was like, day one, asking Mong to follow me back. And I was going to do day two. I don't know why yet. It's just, now I'm not like that anymore. But anyways, so he commented saying, oh, he only follows Aeons. Basically, he only follows people that's wearing the girl or has an Aeon profile pic. So I thought, okay, cool. But then I just saw he's following, I checked his following list like afterwards, and I saw he was following everyone regardless, or anyone regardless of whether they were wearing an Aeon profile pic or not. So yeah, that's my only experience with Bug.
He burnt you bad, Audacious. He burnt you bad.
Yeah, he did me dirty with that one.
He left a scar. And that's why you're in protest, Audacious, for not putting the curl on, right?
It still hasn't healed.
The wound of Monk. This is all coming out now. It's like a confessions group. You know what? There was this one time I was alone with Morgan. Oh God. Oh God.
Now I'm scared of clowns.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's a bit different because Mung. I know a lot of stories about him. I've heard, and I kind of, I don't know. I put the bell on his profile early when I came to SPX, and it was one of the first to really interacting with me at the beginning. So I kind of like Mung still. Sorry. It's the uncle. Sorry.
I mean, I think it's okay to like him, my guy. I think it's.
By the way, from the artist, do you guys know Claire Silver? Claire Silver.
No, who's that?
Um,
What's that?
It's OG NFT artist. She's a girl, like a punk, but she is currently making AI videos which are very, very aeon coded. She doesn't really know that, but I think if we could somehow get her on board, it would be amazing. She's very, very good with AI videos, and with AI in general. Like maybe even better than Denko.
She's on Twitter, yeah? Claire Silver.
Yeah, Claire Silver. She wears a punk with a purple hair and a black hat.
Hey, Stacy, we love you. I see you.
Spacey girl.
One of the coolest thing I had in SPX was the last day of the 7-day space. It was a night. I thought I was recording the space, and it was like 4 a.m, and I had a full conversation with Spacey and Mung, like talking to each other for 3 hours and laughing about the early days of SPX, and it was like full of lore, and the record didn't work, and it's like lost. I'm so sad. It's terrible.
You could embellish it, Mike, and say anything that you want happened in there.
It was like a little aeon listening the old stories, and yeah, it's lost.
Wow. Make it up, Mike. Tell us what they said. You can just make up any story. Oh wow!
I don't remember.
they said
I don't
that.
remember. There was so much stuff, and they were laughing of old stories and stuff, and I don't remember. It was like 1 year ago.
They were like that. Michael, he's so funny. Ha ha ha. He's French.
No. No. That was not one of the stuff.
No.
No. But yeah, I kind of have like I like OGs in general. I have a lot of respect for all of you OGs, including you, Hypey. I think what they did in their time is like incredible and took a lot of courage and I don't know, a lot of personality, and I don't know. Those are my heroes. Even if I know there was a lot of stories and bad stuff happened, it's part of the myth and the, I don't know. You are my heroes.
Do you know that you said that word, and then someone else said that before? Personalities. Like the personalities as time goes on, I think is really interesting. Like Slow, when I saw you have like a moment of, well, that's just before I'd seen you kind of have like a sort of counter. I was like, but Slow just laughs and stuff. Slow doesn't say this kind of stuff. What's going on with Slow? And then
Slow was a very calm and chill guy in the beginning.
All these opinions from Slow, and I wasn't. But I think that's awesome because like that is like us learning each other's character more and more, because I think that's what we've got from, say, like you Hype or Spacey. Like we've got a backstory, and you know, of like, oh, you guys were around and this happened. People are telling stories, they're throwing around. So we're kind of building stories of people as we go. You know, you first get in. I see Tans has just joined. You know, I've seen like videos of Tans and people talking about Tans, and I'm like, oh, this is who Tans is. And then, but then I think it's really cool just as everybody just over time, maybe you say something dumb, or you say something that people didn't expect, or you're just controversial. You have like an audacious back and forth with people, and then yeah, and then we're like, oh, that's audacious. Hey, I didn't, you know, like everybody just eventually comes to the forefront, and I think that's so cool. I think it's better than holding it in, because then we start to know each other more, and you're like, hey, that person is kind of a dick. Whatever. Or like, maybe you mute and move on. Or I just think, I do think there's so many big personalities in the community. And when that was said that Mong was a big personality, I'm like, man, I think that's actually one of the really strong points about SPX is that there's a heck of a lot of strong personalities here who are people who are pretty driven, and they, you know, whether they want to or not, the personality comes out, right?
Yeah, it's like the Cognisphere is allowing people to be themselves and to show their true character and inner self and everything, and that's one of the true force of the Cognisphere.
I'm not going to lie though, once you let your personality comes out, it just feels like freedom, man.
Oh yeah.
I was just tired of holding it in.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Your true colors shining through audacious.
Look at Slow, he's so toxic these days.
Oh, he's so toxic. Makes me sick. You threw off the Mr. Nice Guy Slow, and you had like your Britney Spears phase. You went from like your hit me baby one more time, and then all of a sudden, oh my god.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. No,
Slow was tired of holding it in too.
no one's perfect, you know. I never claimed to be. I apologize for my actions. I realize I took things too far. So
Take them far.
I will do better in the future by everyone. That's my commitment. So
Double down. Always double down.
Down, yeah.
Double down. Double down. Apologize to nobody.
That's funny. Tans, what's going on, man? It's good to see you, mate. I love the posts when I jump in, man. I wonder how I know you're going for doing SPX and the other stuff as well, like trying to get people in, mate. I wonder how it's going. I wonder. Got loads of aeons. The Ponzi. You gotta come up, man.
Yeah, Ponzi, Mr. Monk.
Tans. Hey, man.
What's up?
What's up, boys? Good to talk to you guys.
you too, dude.
Definitely, mate. How's it all going, man? How's all the content going?
It's going well, man. Actually got another video dropping tomorrow, so that'll be cool. And I have a good system down for creating videos now. You know, I was listening to some advice from some like experienced guys in business who like, you know, put out like hundreds of pieces of content a day. And one of the things that one of the systems that they use is to basically use Twitter as a platform to test content, because Twitter doesn't really penalize you from just like posting a bunch of stuff. Whereas like, you know, other platforms, if you're posting 10 times a day or whatever, you know, that's really going to hurt your engagement on those platforms. But anyways, if you use Twitter as a testing platform, you can kind of figure out like what your audience likes the most. And you can go back and kind of find what your, you know, top performing, like most engaged with tweets are. And if those have like interesting topics in them or funny topics or whatever, like something people would listen to, you can actually start to turn those tweets into like video ideas. So that's what I've been doing. So instead of starting from like a blank slate, you're starting with kind of proven content right off the bat. So that's the strategy that I'm using, and that's the way that hopefully I'll be able to stay consistent in having, enough ideas to drop videos on a weekly basis.
What's the when you're doing it, Tans? That sounds really cool, mate. Are you like trying to get organic traffic coming through? Because I never really got that with Twitter. Or are you like targeting the audience? Like, does organic traffic exist on Twitter? Is that the most ignorant thing? I don't know.
So I'm just trying to put out the best content that I can on X, and based on the kind of engagement, you're going to see what performs best, and then you can just check your analytics. And then, yes, I've just been finding my most engaged with content and basing my videos off of that.
What's landing? What's landing at the moment? What are you finding the sort of success with?
I mean, I think it's too early to say now, considering, I've only gone 3 weeks with releasing videos, but my last one seems to be the best performer right now, so that's a good sign.
Need to drop in and watch it, Nate. So you flash up before.
Hans, since you've changed your profile picture, has it made any difference with what you're doing? And like you had I remember you had reasonings for taking it down. I'm not sure whether it's because you wanted to have a wider reach or be taken more seriously, but have you noticed it have any effect in a positive way?
Yeah. So I have, and I'm using like a different strategy now. Like, I'm trying to cast my net a lot wider. Like, I kind of reviewed like all the people that were engaging with my content, and it was basically like only aeon PFPs. So I realized that my content wasn't getting out to anybody new. So I had to do something different. So that's why like I'm using like SPX, SPX6900 less in my posts. I'm not using the rig chats as much anymore either, because, I've been researching the algorithm, and basically, what you're kind of doing is you're interfering with that initial kind of like organic engagement. I mean, it's one thing if you're like, posting SPX 6900 in your post, then I mean, it's going to get kind of pushed out to those people in those chats anyways. So it's okay to like, throw a, post in the rig chats if it's about if it has like the SPX 6900 tag in it. But if it doesn't, and you want it to like reach a broader audience, then like you kind of want to let the algorithm do its thing without interfering with that early on. And if you send your stuff like constantly in the raid chats every time, then based on my research, it's going to basically send your content out to the same clusters of people instead of kind of doing its magic and trying to broaden your reach.
Yes, you're like after the just trying to find like who it's actually landing with rather than engineering it.
Yeah, like, I mean, I've been checking my engagement recently, and like, there's a lot of new people engaging with my stuff. So that's a good sign.
How does it though, like, tend to get, that's what I'm confused, I guess, about, like, because you've got quite a lot of followers. Like, is it your already followers, or does Twitter put your stuff out to just new people, and like does it just throw it out there? Because obviously on other platforms like TikTok, I think has got the best reach as like exploration, I think, right? And then I know you were doing loads of videos on TikTok before, and you've changed, I think, your strategy on that too, right? Like, what's the sort of reach of X outside of your already follower account?
I think it's both things that you just mentioned in terms of like, yeah, there's higher odds of it, of, the algorithm like pushing you out to new audiences organically. And then there's also the other end of when you have followers that, aren't just like, hardcore SPX maxis. If you're being a little more general, then, the odds are that they're gonna, engage with your content. The odds are higher there.
Yeah, with your Bronson pick, man. the Tans' ripped pick. I've not personally used like Twitter in that way, but it's really interesting, man. Like I tried to use LinkedIn. I put half my face and half the girl, and the I don't know, the CEO of my company, he was at an event I had to go to work for, and at the end of it, I was like chosen to do the pictures for the social media stuff, and at the end he comes up and he's just like, "Oh, you got some great pictures. Let's connect on LinkedIn and you can send them to me." And I was like, "Great." Now he's going to see I'm an Aeon, and he's going to have to wonder who the hell this company's employing. And I sent him a request, and I was like, "You have to add me as a friend if you want these pictures." He never added me, but did make me think about maybe changing my picture back on LinkedIn to just to my full face. Like there are some platforms I think it probably doesn't help me. I don't know, but I really like the angle turns. I think it's a good thing.
Put the girl on.
Yeah, the other thing is like, I'm creating content on all platforms now, and like on those other platforms, it is, it's just me, So if people want to find me on other platforms, and have that kind of recognition factor, then, it's just easier if everything is the same.
Yeah, for sure. I hear you. What were you going to say, Mike?
Put the girl on. So
I took it off on TikTok because I think I took it off on TikTok because you took it off on TikTok, Mike. I think I just copycatted you, but I actually think it makes more sense because some of the content I'm doing, the sort of audience that it's going to get, I do think it will rub them up the wrong way a bit to land with the girl. I think that will, at least the girl picture. But I think the anime stuff is really, really cool. Like I'm at work and I don't know anything about anime, and I'm a couple of guys are just talking, and I was like, oh, they're talking about anime. This is like, and they're just like, I don't know, they're kind of just like, I'm gonna sound like a real old person here. They're just like cool guys, They're just like cool. They're cool guys. They don't seem like goofy or recluse or anything that I have like I previously associated with like I don't know. I didn't really know what anime was, and I was like, I thought anime was just for like the people who go to what's that stuff called, the Comic-Con. And then they were talking about anime. So I think the anime stuff like does land with people. I just think that maybe the girl, I can see how it might not initially, but I think there's like really cool ways for it to, I just don't know if the profile picture always does it, but here on Twitter, I like it a lot. You took it off too, Mike, right? You've not got it on TikTok.
No, these days I'm not so much on TikTok. I'm trying to finish my coding stuff because it's starting to be too long now. I want to finish it, and after I will have some time after releasing fully the terminal, I will go back to TikTok and try to push way more. But yeah, TikTok is kind of tricky. It's difficult. I tried various stuff and I still not figuring out how to grow and everything, but I will start again way more after.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're on the right track. I think it's just like every time just learning like one extra thing, right? I think that's the thing I'm seeing for each anything. Like if every time we do something, we're just looking to get a tiny bit better, like it could be, and you just keep doing it. I think that's also the other thing is like overspreading or just trying to do too much. Like it can, I think it can be really tempting if you're jumping onto another platform to then get the sort of anxiety of, oh, I need to go back to Twitter or I need to change my strategy. Because it's a really, I mean, to start from TikTok with a minimal amount of aeons there and to just go hard, it will 100% work, but it is a leap of faith on any platform, I think, to go for it. Like if you want to go hard on LinkedIn, you're going to be alone for probably a while. or you gotta like then you have to do so much work around it on something that's a bit more niche like LinkedIn. You'd have to start making like little spaces on here on Twitter. You'd have to start doing posts and cross posting. But there's where there's a will, there's a way, and we're obviously there's only so many aeons who might be available to do that, but more will come, and it will like wildfire already. It will continue to dominate.
Yeah, for me, I don't have so much this this desire to come back to X. I left a little bit X. I'm not so much on it. But TikTok is kind of not strange, but like it's like defining your country. So if I want to do content, I have to do it in French, and I don't know. In France, it's very difficult. People are very special, if I can say like this. So I need to find special ways to evangelize, because people will say it's a sect or it's something like that very easily, because we had in France in the past a lot of these sects and the sect of the sun, like this kind of stuff. We had a lot of stories in the past, and so it's very pejorative, to the way we operate in SPX for French people. So I need to figure out a way to evangelize in France if I want to do TikTok, because talking in English, if my algorithm is in France and spreading my TikTok content to French is kind of not working at all. So I will be blocked to 100, 200 views in every TikTok I made. So I need to figure out this problem. But for English people, American people, it's better, I guess. I need to figure out when I will have more time after coding. I will figure out something with probably the monk. Da Ponzi, we are working on some stuff, some characters, new characters, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know like anything like French humor or like culture, like what you guys. Which is funny because you're just across literally the closest country. But that, yeah, man, I can imagine probably a bit of a challenge. Do you have any like inklings what it might be? What might be something that will crack through that that history that you guys have got?
What are you saying? Like a way to evangelize, or?
Yeah, like do you have any like clues or threads or something that might hit with French people?
Oh, I have an idea. Basically, create crabs with the SPX logo.
Crabs.
Crabs like the round things. Crabs, the crab. Mike.
Ah, the crêpe.
Yeah. With this,
Food content.
yeah, with the SPX logo, it would be actually nice.
Nice idea. Yeah, French love good foods. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's difficult. We have a lot of French aeon that are very dedicated, but spreading outside of our echo chamber of French aeon is very difficult. I don't know. I need to, but it's a problem other French aeon have too. We talked about this. It's very difficult. I know Da Ponzi is chilling a lot on French crypto Twitter, and is having a lot of difficulties because like French people in crypto are a lot in utility coin. They are like 4 years ago in their head, So it's pretty difficult.
Maybe, I mean, though, like, I don't know, maybe you don't even need to try and win them over. Maybe just having like like the Ponzi putting those posts out, they will see SPX. Like everybody will see it. everybody will like. There's only so long you can deny, but it will sweep over everything. We already see signs of it when of how crazy people go for it when there's just like a tiny stir, and maybe maybe it's enough, man. Sometimes people are doing all the right things, and it's just a timing thing. Like there's just not enough wave of people, but maybe you guys are already doing the right things, man. It's a lot to ask to try and figure out how to crack an entire culture when especially when you're like, sorry, mate. Yeah, go on.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I just wanted to say, I mean, that's a problem probably you have in England too. But for example, in France, not a lot of people know about SP500, for example. So when we say we want to flip the S&P 500, they don't even know what it is.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Because we have the CAC 40 and you have the Nasdaq, I guess, in England, and we need to, I don't know, educate them about how the SP 500 is owning a lot of other companies outside even the US and everything. It's like explaining a problem we want to solve that they are not aware of. So it's kind of tricky.
So it's translated to CAC 69, something like
CAC 6900.
that. Flipper stock market. I don't know.
But
Vive la SPX6900.
yeah, and I don't know, French are known for making revolution and everything, but it's over. People are not like this anymore. They like to just shout and not be happy and everything, but they are doing none these days. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand French myself. In fact, I guess.
Yeah, mate. I mean, that's a lot. Yeah, because you're trying to educate them from. But I mean, I don't know, mate. I still reckon doing the thing, like doing the things you really love. I get it because you're on TikTok and that's where it's putting you out to. Yeah, it's a challenge, man. I don't have any bright ideas.
The thing is, I want to invade TikTok Live. I think we have something to play here, and there is nobody doing this. We had 1 or 2 aeon making live in the past, but I don't know if they're still doing it. But I think TikTok Live could be a good way.
Can you just do a VPN and then just put your location to?
No, because like TikTok algorithm is really well made. I don't know, and it can find even with a VPN.
You're just gonna have to move to the UK, man. I mean,
yeah,
you're just across.
Yeah.
You're not too far. You could swim it if you're a good swimmer, Mike.
So, 2 days a week, I come to England making TikToks and I come back.
We look after you, you know. With
Yeah, by the way, TikTok algorithm is full of AI everywhere, and it's crossing the information, so they know very well what's happening in all of stuff. You pretty much can cheat so much the algorithm on TikTok.
I don't know, mate. That's a really good challenge, man. That's a really good challenge. Like, I wonder, mate.
Yeah, at some point I wanted to document, like making a series of creating the terminal. So like making video of each step I'm doing, but I didn't record. So for now it's pretty advanced, so it's over. But I don't know. I will figure out something. But we need some people on TikTok, more too. Yeah, Reddit is like on his way, doing really good stuff from what I see. You're doing the Facebook with some aeon step too.
Me? No. I'm. I was on there before, but then honestly, I've been off most platforms apart from YouTube. I mean, Saucy is the man over there. Like, yeah, really, and a few others are keep showing up there. Which
Okay. Facebook, LinkedIn. Yeah, there is lots of stuff to do.
You know, there's tools that you can use to just like automate all your tweets, like can be posted to LinkedIn. I think we're using that for Flip the Stock Market right now. So yeah, I think it's called like one of them is IFTT. I think it's just like $5 a month. You can just automate like all your stuff all your tweets will be reposted to LinkedIn.
Nice. Nice. You're on LinkedIn, Seb. You said there's a cute girl PFP or
Half my face. Hey, can you hear me?
oh yeah.
Hello.
You were reading, but it's okay. We can hear you.
Oh yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I'm half cute girl, half my face. But I think I literally think like this is my takeaway from YouTube stuff is I almost feel like there is a way to spread too thinly with a really good intention of trying to do too much. I think that wherever people find like their passion, if it is just going across multiple platforms, that's awesome. But I do think that there is a lot of value in just like some people just learning and dominating like a space, like learning and dominating LinkedIn and just being like maybe solitary for a while. And that's kind of weird. And that's not very SPX coded, but I think like there's ways to come back. But I do think there's so many like frontiers, and that's pretty exciting, I think. And I you know, like each platform has its own you know, like if you can crack LinkedIn, you've not just cracked LinkedIn for SPX, you've cracked LinkedIn for networking. You've learned like a whole new skill. You've probably had to do so much work, and now you have like access to knowledge that is going to help you to be able to navigate relationships. Like that, I think when you can really crack, each platform has its own incredible strength. Like the same for Instagram, the same for Facebook. So I almost feel like this is my personal opinion. Like trying to become the master at too many, you kind of you lose the impact that you can really have on one. And I completely get like the coming back to Twitter for community because it does nourish us. But kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I think there's real value in doubling down on like one platform, or just, you know, not trying to spread out through so many. That's just it's my personal opinion, because whatever feeds people is the right way. I'm finding a lot of enjoyment through just trying to figure YouTube. And I can see that being for any platform. I think they all offer their own like benefit, because you start to like unlock bits, and you're like, holy crap, you can do this and you can do that, and it's not actually that hard. You just have to kind of keep learning and being consistent. And it seems like you have an insight into that on TikTok, Mike. Like you can kind of see the way it can be cracked. You're just trying to figure out how.
Yeah, and we have Twitch too. I think you're probably alone on Twitch with your SPX7 show, I assume. Hype.
One aeon against Twitch.
Summoning hype. It's not here.
There's some money. Mikey guys, I gotta go. I gotta leave. What you talking about? I gotta go. Thanks for having me, and love you guys.
Yeah, good talking to you. So take care, man.
Definitely. Adios, guys.
Love you, girl. Finally alone. Not joking.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of validity to what Seb was saying. My personal opinion is that I think long form YouTube is, I think, the highest leverage platform, generally speaking. You know, you have to look at like what's been working, right? Like the community hasn't really had much success growing on other platforms apart from X besides YouTube, right? And, you know, like we're getting some, you know, traction on that platform. And the great thing there is that when you have long form content, those can be cut up and, you know, posted to to, you know, pretty much all the other platforms. So yeah, that's my view. But you know, obviously, it's going to be relative to each person, because like what Seb was saying, like if you really lock in on a platform and you know you focus in on it and kind of like understand the ins and outs, you know, you're going to have more success on that platform. Like the long form content that we're clipping up in short clips, like it's not going to be, you know, TikTok and Instagram reel like optimized, you know, so that kind of content is never going to perform as good as like content that you create specifically like with TikTok or like Instagram reels or whichever platform you're posting to in mind.
No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do the TikTok live too, because you can like have the content after and cut it up to do some shorts. So this kind of technique is really good. And Slow, you here?
Yeah.
Are you? What's happening on Reddit these days? All working good, progressing good.
Yeah. I haven't been like super active on Reddit, to be honest. I've been busy with other stuff, but like checking in regularly ish. And yeah, things are going. I mean, the subreddit's actually honestly like it can like have its dead moments and stuff. But there's pretty much always someone posting in there and like commenting on stuff and whatnot. I mean, the Reddit member count like keeps going up. It keeps growing. And you know, I know a lot of people are trying to figure out ways of you know, just connecting with people on Reddit outside of the SPX subreddit. But yeah, I'm
Nice.
yeah, I've been talking with a couple of I've been talking with all the Reddit mods, and just about like getting more people in there as mods. Mostly because it's like things are more quiet right now, and I'm sure, you know, a year from now that probably won't be the case, and should be good to like just get people in the right positions of responsibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sooner rather
Okay,
than
nice.
later.
Nice. I'm just checking it live. We have 1.8k people on the subreddit. That's cool.
Yeah.
And there's content always happening. So yeah, you have to. Are you manually adding the content on the subreddit still?
What are you asking? Sorry.
I don't know. I remember having like the problem when you post the post is like slashed by
Oh,
this kind of stuff.
yeah. I think it's happening less. I think we were able to figure that out.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. I think there were just like some security features that you can like kind of bump it up or down as you want.
Okay.
And I guess they make it pretty flexible, which is kind of cool because if there is like for some reason a crazy sudden influx of like, you know, either people or bots,
Oh yeah.
then you can pretty easily like put up the guardrails temporarily, you know, and it not be like a huge huge hassle or whatever. So yeah, I mean, we're all learning things in there, which is good.
So yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, I think that was actually what I was paying attention to mostly, is trying to like check in to see if people's posts are getting auto removed or whatever. But it doesn't seem like that's happening as much. So maybe that's
Nice.
kind of solved, at least for now.
Nice. I created a new account. I'm trying to like lurking in other subgroups, and yeah, we'll try to post content these days on it. So very cool. If we have less this problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Very cool, girl.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, girls.
Hypey, you here?
Yeah, I went and had a shower.
I was asking you, are you the only show on Twitch from SPX?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there is another platform to conquer too. Yeah, Twitch. Twitch is a cool platform too. I like it for doing live and stuff. I think you do a great job. I love the concept and all the Lumi stuff. Couldn't be here for the last Mafia game, but we hope to be there for the next.
Sick. Yeah, the last ones were like fun. I hadn't actually played it before, but it was pretty entertaining.
Nice. Yeah, there's always this time zone problem for me.
Yep.
It's like 4 a.m. for me. But yeah, we need a aeon time zone. One time zone to unify all the others in the cognisphere.
Yeah, one aeon time zone. And somehow that solves every problem with actual time zones.
And how was your return, Kenz, with the boys?
Yeah, I mean, it was great to be back. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's really nice to see you back. And Ebi did a great job during his time too. Really cool guy and really good insights. Really love.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to come after him, you know?
Yeah, but like you have a very good show too. Jens, really love it. I'm watching it from time to time, and it's really good. A lot of really useful and like it's like the classroom, you know. It's the lesson. I'm I'm learning a lot of stuff each time. It's really good.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I love the platform you've been building. I stopped in like one night. I don't think you were in there, but you know, I was hanging out. I think I hit the gym for a little bit, you know, so that was great.
You've seen your NPC?
Yeah, man, that's hilarious.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, that's cool. I'm finishing it these days, and I actually asked some help for the design to Denko, and I'm waiting for her to respond. If she will respond or not, I don't know. But yeah, try to finish the stuff because it's like 1 year of work, and I want to start other projects for the Cognisphere. But yeah, I will just check something. What you think, Tense, about there's chapters happening in a lot of cities these days?
Oh, it's incredible, man. Yeah, it's cool to think about, like, you know, whenever I'm in one of these cities, yeah, I definitely love to stop by.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You have I don't know how many cities we have. We have like 7, probably 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8 maybe. We'll probably do one in France too soon. There is a group. If some people, I'm just saying this for all the people here. If you want to organize some chapters in your city or connecting with other Aeon doing this in your areas, you can shoot a DM to Maddox or me or Ilya or Aeon Reborn, and we can like bring you into the Telegram group organizing these chapters. I think it's really good because like we have some conferences, we have some meetups, and I think regular meeting and days in the week where we occupy the the real life, like one bar, one cafe, or whatever. It's really good, and as long as it lasts, it will attract people. Like when the lights will come back to crypto or whatever, it will attract. It will be a good way to evangelize and attract new people. And we're trying to target places around universities. So if some people are interested, just shoot DM and try to open yours in your city and meet some aeon you love each week. It's like the future of SPX organizing IRL stuff. I don't know if some of you have some topics you want to talk about. If you have like special stuff you want to talk. Slow, Killy, Lecious, Hands, Hype. If you have some, I don't know.
Oh, man, I gotta head out, man. It was great talking to all you guys, and yeah, I appreciate you having me out.
Yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you, Tens. It was a long time I didn't talk to you. It was a real pleasure.
For sure, man. Yeah, I'm not very good about that. Like, I really don't talk, like I just write pretty much. So, my talking session is like on Flip the Stock Market once per week, and like that's enough for me. So, I'll try to be a little bit better, but we'll see how that goes.
It was a real pleasure.
Good to see you, dude.
Yeah, good to hear you, bro. Take care. We love you, Tens.
It's interesting. If you wanna, just wanted to share. Like recently, I read a book by Hemingway about Paris in between the world wars, like about 1930s or something like that. So he described himself as a poor young writer, and he actually didn't even write his first novel. He was writing for newspapers or something like that. So, and he described his life in Paris. The book is called like The Movable Feast. The idea is that basically Paris is a city that if you've been there when you're young, it stays with you forever, and you kind of like this cozy and festive environment, right? So note, but that's not the point. The point is that he described how he lived as a poor American guy in Paris. Okay, so in short, so he rented an apartment right in the center. Every day he worked in the cafes and eat a lot in the cafes. He bet on horses on weekends. And he also took trips to Switzerland, to Italy, like when he and his wife, and he also, by the way, he was living with his wife and with the kid. So basically, he is describing the life of a modern day millionaire. Yeah, and he underlined several times that. So imagine like the world they took from us, right? So basically, if you could do this as a poor American writer. And he also, of course, described his meetings with people like the one who wrote The Great Gatsby, I forgot, and Fitzgerald. So he was also, at the time, Fitzgerald already was receiving money for his work on Gatsby, and he could afford like a good car, a better apartment or whatever. So, but still, like the base level was something that for us is unreachable right now. It's so interesting,
Absolutely.
I actually recommend this book. It's very, very short. It's like maybe like 100 pages, 150 pages, called Movable Feast. Hemingway, right?
What's the name, sorry, of the book?
Movable Feast.
Okay.
It's very, very short, and it's very, very good. And but most importantly, it really shows how much the life of an average guy has depreciated over the last 100 years.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love that. We should do like book review or book advice, like lecture club or something like that. At some point, I remember Polymetric, and some people were doing this. We should do this again. It's cool. It's really cool. I don't read that much these days. I was reading a lot when I was younger, but these days it's a bit difficult.
Yeah. I try to keep reading, mostly. Like I'm currently reading Darwin, The Origin of Species, but almost finished it.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Reading is a good way to increase your awareness of the world and open your mind, basically.
A lot of what's happening on meme coins is basically in line with natural selection, by the way. So those who will survive will thrive. And in short, so and to be honest with you, all the PvP in the end it will all be fair, and but also those who will survive and thrive will also dominate. So it's all natural. Nothing is unnatural.
Yes, you can have this. You have this same natural selection of stuff. You had like the 2K bubble, internet bubble, that was the same. A lot of company like on internet, and it ended up like having Google and like 3 or 4 others that survived and like conquered the whole world. So it's like always the same phenomenon, in fact.
Yeah, the real deal stays. And by the way, I mean by PvP, I mean we don't do much PvP as SPX, but a lot of other coins do, even from so-called neighboring communities. Like they do PvP a lot against us, but we don't really do need to do that. We just need to do our thing.
There is a certain army doing this kind of stuff in SPX. I will not elaborate more, but
oh really? You know, I actually don't really follow the drama somehow. I actually missed the whole thing about the guy who was blocked. I was Chiron, right?
oh, yeah.
And then I only catch up when
yeah, it's mostly a guy becoming crazy. Having like, I don't know.
When Spaces started posting, like very recently, I just realized that how serious it is. And before that, I just didn't even care.
Yeah, try to not give him like attention and this kind of stuff. He's craving for it, so just ignore and
yeah.
He's trying to grab attention. And you wanted to say something, Slow, about the army? I saw.
Did I want to say something about the army?
Yeah, when I said there is like a certain army doing it, but I will not elaborate. I saw your speaker was
No, that couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me. I've been working on putting together all of the like Bronze Army videos and stuff as a little Bronze Army documentary, which I think is people will find pretty fun. It's like right around 50 minutes long, so
wow, okay,
it's like a short movie.
Wow, so cool. It's like explaining a bit the army and everything.
Yeah. It's kind of like a chronological, exploration of like the Bronze Army videos and stuff. So yeah,
That's
the transmissions and everything. Yeah.
Is it like it will be released soon?
Yeah, August 1st is what we're planning on.
Okay, cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I'll put the trailer up on the Jumbotron.
Oh, I didn't see. Okay, we'll check this. Do you have some stuff you want to say, guys? Otherwise, I will wrap up this Mondaeon.
Yeah, it was good to speak. Thanks.
Yeah, it's been a time too, Kili. It was good talking to you.
Yeah, good to hear your voice, Killy.
Yeah, I'm planning to do a little bit more of random space, as I'm putting a lot of time in coding these days, and I'm pretty much alone doing the stuff. So I will probably like relaunch the coding club space, so we could just talk while I'm working, and I'm missing a little bit talking with you guys as I was doing back in the day. So we'll probably organize more. And it was a pleasure. Again, really love to talk to you about all the stuff happening in the Cognisphere. Thank you for being here. If you have a last word you want to say, Slow, Killy, Audacious, Hype. Yep.
Flip the stock market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Go. See you in the Cognisphere and in the next Mondaeon. Persist Forever. We'll flip the stock market. Love you, girl.